back to my channel and hello if you're new. So today's video is going to be my healthy banana bread recipe. You guys, this is so good. Devin and I make it all the time. It's like very limited ingredients. It's so good. So I'm really excited to share it with you guys today. I do want to make a little disclaimer that it's not like healthy technically, like, you know, you should still eat your vegetables, but it's just like a healthier version of banana bread. So I really hope you guys enjoy the video. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get started. Okay, so the ingredients you're gonna need a third a cup of melted coconut oil, a half a cup of honey, 2 eggs, 2 large bananas or like 2.5 medium bananas, a fourth a cup of milk, 1 tablespoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, a half a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1 3/4 cups of whole wheat flour, and then you can have like your mix-ins like your walnuts, pecans, chocolate chips. So don't worry, I will have that all in the description box down below so you can just screenshot that so that way you don't forget what I said. You're also going to need obviously a large bowl like this to mix everything in, and then I like to have like a separate bowl for mashing the bananas. So first we're going to add in our eggs. So like I said, we need 2 eggs. I'm just gonna crack these in. Also, I forgot to mention, make sure you preheat your oven before you do this. That way it's nice and preheated. You want to preheat it to 325 degrees. I'm also going to add in my coconut oil. So this is a third of cup of coconut oil. I already melted it to save some time. We're going to add in the half a cup of honey and get that in there. Usually I use like a spoon or something. And your whole wheat flour. So we have a cup of whole wheat flour here. We're adding in the other 3/4 cup of whole wheat flour. And then I'm also going to add in the milk. So I don't really know, I don't really memorize an order. I just kind of add it all in. I'm sure if you bake a lot, this is maybe the wrong order, but I think it all turns out the same in the end. So this is a fourth a cup of milk. I'm going to go ahead and whisk the eggs and just kind of, you know, mix all this up. I actually do not have a whisk. Threw out my whisk when we moved, and now I need a whisk. So I'm just using a fork, but I'm just gonna go ahead and mix all of this up. So I'm just basically just stirring this up until, you know, like the flour is not dry anymore in here. All right, so this is what it should look like so far. Ingredients are stirred. I'm also gonna quickly add in my baking soda. You wanna make sure to use baking soda and not baking powder. I'm just adding that in. Just gonna stir it all in here. And if you guys don't have baking soda, you guys, you need it. It's only a teaspoon, but Devin and I tried to make this before and we didn't have it and they were literally flat. So yes, baking soda is a big ingredient in this. You have to have it. Okay, so now that this is all mixed up, I'm gonna go ahead and set this bowl aside and we're gonna go ahead and mash the bananas. So I always do this in just like a separate bowl. I think it makes it easier. These are really big bananas, so I'm only using 2. But if you have like the little small ones, then I would use like 2.5 or 3. But yes, these are ginormous. So we're using 2. I'm just gonna take a fork and I just start mashing. Normally Devin does this, so usually he's the banana masher. It'd be a lot easier if we got a masher or if we had one. That would be very helpful. But I'm just making this into like mush basically. And you also want to wait until your bananas are like really ripe, you know, when they start like turning brown on the outside, because that means that they're going to have the most flavor. So that's like the perfect banana for banana bread. So you want to make sure they're like pretty old, and then they'll be perfect. Bananas are mashed. These are what the bowl should be looking like so far. And we're going to go ahead and add the bananas into here. I'm gonna go ahead and add in my teaspoon of vanilla extract here. So I called in Devin to get some overhead shots of me, and that way you guys can kind of see the bowl, like what I'm doing. I'm gonna add in some cinnamon. I don't really use like a set amount of cinnamon, so we're just gonna quickly add this in. Are you not filming it?
Well, so
I'm just gonna add in some cinnamon. We always use like organic spices, so this is just a Simple Truth organic cinnamon. And I don't really have a set amount of this. I just kind of eyeball it, so that way you guys can see a little bit like how much I do in here. I just kind of like, I guess I coat the top of it, the bowl. I'm also gonna add in some salt. We really don't use a lot of salt, but just a little bit in here, just to give it a little bit more flavor. And this is basically the base of it, you guys. So this is like basically what you have, and then you can kind of modify it from here, add in whatever you want. So we normally use walnuts, but there weren't any walnuts at the store. So we don't have walnuts, but if we did use walnuts, we would use 1/4 of a cup, but we've made it before without nuts, and it's like really good. So just adding chocolate. If you don't like chocolate chips in your banana bread, just don't do this, but we do. So
just add what you like.
Yeah, exactly. These are the chocolate chips that we do. They're the 72% cacao chunks from Simple Truth Organic, and they just don't really have that much sugar in them, but they add like that chocolatey taste whenever it's cooked, you know, the kind of the melted chocolate inside. So we normally do like 3/4 of a cup of this. So I'm just gonna add it in. We do like a decent amount of chocolate in here. Okay, thank you for your help. I just have like, you know, my little measuring cup full of the chocolate chunks, and then we're just gonna add a little bit in here and stir it up. So this is our bread pan that we use. It's just like by Pampered Chef, but you know, you can just use a metal one too if you'd like. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put the batter into here. Batter is in our pan. Normally what I do is I just take a little bit more cinnamon and just kind of sprinkle it on the top before we bake it. Just a little bit, just kind of makes it look pretty too. So now we're gonna go ahead and put it in the oven. I usually put it in the oven for like 50 to 55 minutes, depending on how many like added ingredients that we put in there. So if you do add like more chocolate chips and more walnuts, you're probably gonna wanna add like a few minutes on there. So I usually start at 50, and then, you know, if it needs a few more minutes, I add the minutes from there. So I'm gonna go ahead, put this in the oven at 325 degrees for 50 minutes, and when it's done, I will show you guys. The timer says it still has 10 minutes left, but I thought I would check and give you guys a little update on the banana bread. Also, look at this camera quality. Like, this is Devin's iPhone. He just got the iPhone 11, and it is so good. Like, I just cannot believe this. But yes, let's check out the banana bread. Oh, it's looking good, looking good. You can tell it's not done yet, but it's rising really nice. So yes, we still have 9 minutes and 45 seconds left, so it should be done here soon. All right guys, so here we have it, my homemade banana bread. Here, I'll let you guys get a nice little up close of it. It turned out so good. It turned out perfect. Now we just have to taste it. It looks delicious though, so we're gonna cut into it and see how it tastes, of course. I'm just gonna, I guess, I don't really like that in pieces, but it's cut really nice. Oh, it's hot still. You can see the inside is like really nice and chocolatey. I don't know if you can see that, kind of. You can kind of see the chocolate chips. They're not too many, but there's still like enough in there that almost every bite you get one. But you guys, this banana bread is so good, delicious. It's so sweet, and we didn't use any like granulated sugar or white sugar, even brown sugar. We just use honey. Amazing. Well, that wraps up today's video. So I hope you guys really enjoyed my healthy banana bread recipe. Definitely let me know in the comments down below if you are going to try it, or if you did end up trying it and how you liked it. Let me know too if you guys want to see any more cooking videos from me down below. This is like my signature kind of thing that Devin and I make. We're really good at this, but I can always try to make or bake more for you guys in the future if you like videos like this. Once again, I hope you guys are all staying safe out there. Be careful, wash your hands, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.